You kind of either have it or you don't. There really isn't an in-between, right?
I'm going to disagree a little bit. I'm going to say you have it in certain situations and you don't have it in other situations.
Well, but you have it or you don't. But it's not like, I mean like,
oh, you mean in a
even
situation,
in a situation,
yes. Okay.
you either have it or you're like, God, I'm totally like fish out of water. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God.
Right. Tonight, we're going to talk about confidence and how to build your confidence, how to maintain your confidence, because confidence can get you really far in life. We're going to talk about a dozen or so things here on what you can do to build confidence. First thing you can do to build your confidence is to log your achievements. So you start writing down your accomplishments. I started my first business at 14 years old. I went around, knocked on doors, and got business from my local neighbors. I hated cutting grass, so I did other odd jobs at their houses. At 26 years old, I launched an auto repair shop and detailing business.
I've successfully had a business for over 20 years. I have 2 phenomenal kids.
You have done things in this life. You have been
Personal,
successful,
professional, financial.
Yeah, you have had success.
Done things that have given you. That
joy.
If you look back on them, you'll realize, oh, that'll help build your confidence because you will have logged these achievements. So number 2, call out your imposter syndrome.
I'm an outgoing person. You think I'm out there and confident and doing all this stuff. Usually, most of the time.
You do have a big personality.
I do, but I always felt like I never belonged where I was.
Right.
I always felt like I was the odd man. I shouldn't be in this room. I shouldn't be. I mean, even my family. I really felt out with my family. I felt out in every school I went to. There was only a few times in my life that I felt that I was confident, or I felt that I didn't have imposter syndrome and I belonged right where I was, and I excelled each one of those times.
No, I mean, I've certainly had situations where I just had that little nagging feeling like, man, I don't know anybody here. I probably not as experienced as these women and their businesses, and what do I have to offer them? And just had to kind of like, okay, I've acknowledged that this is the feeling that I'm having. I need to just set it aside and do what I do best. And then it just melts away.
Number 3 way to build your confidence: become a mentor to someone. You have skills that someone else doesn't have. What is it that you do well that nobody else does well?
You may be good at something that they're not good at. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody needs to be older or younger. They just may have less experience at it than you do.
Yeah.
Number 4, accept compliments. My mother was absolutely fantastic at this. Anytime somebody would pay her a compliment, and they did it often. She was extremely well dressed, always had her makeup just so, had a fabulous hat on, a phenomenal outfit, and somebody would stop her and say how terrific she looked, and she'd just look them right in the eye and say, "Thank you." So what I found was when I would get a compliment, if it was about my appearance, and oh, this is an old jacket, or oh, my hair came out funny today, or oh my, and you got to stop yourself from doing that, because that's actually something that undercuts your confidence. Like, no, it's okay to accept the compliment. Actually, my mother would say, "Thank you, and thank you so much for saying so."
The next thing you do, this is one of my favorite things.
I like this one too.
Fake it until you make it.
Okay.
When I had my first car business, I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand all the intricacies of owning a business. I was a young business owner.
But if I build it, they will come.
Absolutely.
And you're like, where are they?
Yeah, you know how it works, right? So I had some people I knew. So I would ask to borrow their car for the day, and I told them I would wash their car and return it to them really nicely. And then I put the cars up on the lift, put tools around them, and made it look like business was going on in the shop.
And that's an excellent example. So when I first got out of college, I was working as a sales assistant at a hotel. So I wore really professional suits and dresses every single day. I said, I'm going to wear what the sales managers wear. I'm going to wear what the general manager wears. I'm going to wear what my eventual clients wear when they show up to host a conference or an event, so that I am looked at as a manager or somebody who's at a higher level than where I was. So that was my fake it till I make it moment. And I really wasn't a sales assistant for terribly long, even though it probably felt like it was. But I eventually got, I moved up. I moved up because I could see myself moving up. Number 6, ask why. Get to the root cause of why you're wavering in your confidence. Why are you feeling not confident right now? Is there something bugging you? Is there something in your background? Is there something coming up for you? It's a really important moment to just kind of distinguish, okay, is there a voice going on in my head telling me I'm not good enough, or like I don't have, like what is it that's happening here? Number 7 is look after yourself. Like, really take care of yourself. Make sure you're getting exercise. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Make sure you're doing things that take care of your physical and your mental health.
Like, you might run into somebody, you never know. You're one conversation away from your life changing. Talking to the right person, and if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not showing up properly, I guarantee you that people will take notice, or people won't notice.
When I start to feel a little nervous, or if my confidence is shaking, I will just do some things that make me feel good, because if I'm doing that, I'm taking care of myself, and that boosts my confidence.
Be kind and courteous.
Yeah.
You're stopped at a 4-way stop sign. Tell the other person to go. Tell the other person to go. Hey, buddy, your turn.
Go ahead.
You're in charge of that moment. You want confidence building? That gives you confidence. You're the guy in charge. Yeah, you didn't get to go through the traffic light, but I'm just telling you, or the stop sign first. But I'm telling you,
don't mess up everybody else's traffic pattern. But if it's your turn and if
you have the opportunity to do that,
to wave somebody along,
you go.
Take a moment to be graceful. This isn't about who's winning or losing. Just be gracious. Allow the other person to take that step first. It'll actually boost your confidence.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Number 9, be prepared.
And let's look at you meeting someone, whether it's a date, a potential client, a potential product solution provider, you're going on a job interview. There's this thing called the internet, and we have apps like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. You can find out a treasure trove of information about anybody.
It's true.
Look it up. Be
Be
prepared. Get yourself ready to tackle whatever it is you're going to tackle in life.
The more prepared you are, the more you practice your presentation, the more you time your presentation, the more comfortable and confident you'll be when you're up there actually giving it.
Yes.
Number 10, visualize your success. So my example for this is my vision board. It's basically a photo visual representation of the goals that I have, goals and dreams that I have for 2023 and beyond. Like, I've never actually done a vision board. And I don't know why I hadn't done it in the past, but this time I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Like, this is important, I'm gonna do this. And I immediately feel more confident. Like, I see what I'm working toward. I see what my goals are in a very, not just the words that are important for me for this year, but also like the actual pictures of stuff that I'm looking at and thinking, yes, I'm going to make this happen. And all I see are possibilities.
And it can go much deeper than that. I like the idea of, so I want my own jet. I'm going to own my own jet one day. I visualize me leaving the house. I visualize me getting into my Benz. I visualize driving to the hangar, parking the car where the jet was. I visualize walking up the steps with the color carpet, the grayish color carpet, and the owner's seat on the plane. I visualize the whole process. The pilot asking me, are we good? What do we need? And then us 2 hours later landing in some place with a much different climate than where we currently are. I visualize the whole thing, the landing there, the being greeted by the car, going to the house that we have there.
Oh, how lovely. I like
Yes.
that. That's a really great visualizations. Number 11, get yourself a positive affirmation.
Today I will be great. When you talk to yourself and you work with yourself in the positive, it physically changes who you are.
Every Friday, Gus and I go to our strength trainer to work out, and there are some machines on there that
Do you feel stronger?
when I'm in the middle of, or when I hear 2 more reps and I go, oh, I can't do 2 more reps, right? Well, if I say that to myself, I really struggle getting those last 2 reps. So I have practiced saying yes, 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 yes. Sometimes I just say it out loud, or I say it in my head, and I just push through those last 2, and I'm like, yeah, see, okay,
Yes.
I did
Yes,
it.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
that's
yes.
my positive. Sometimes my positive affirmation is simply saying yes.
Yeah. So
Give us some tips. What have you got?
I'll add this. We all have a special tool. Going back to where we talked about being prepared. Practice with yourself. Prepare. Go someplace quiet where no one else is around and record yourself and then play it back to yourself. And you will become so much better at whatever it is you're trying to get your point across, or do something, or even it's a hobby or something like that. I play guitar, and I don't play guitar very well. I record myself sometimes playing guitar, and I go like, oh, or a sales presentation, or a signature speech. I mean, high level. Not many people. We talked about this. Not many people are getting on stages. Record yourself for an hour of getting ready to go on stage and talk about something. Laugh at yourself too. I mean,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
part of it.
I mean, we're all human, and I think what happens so frequently is that we try so hard to be perfect that we forget to be real. And there's so much more confidence and authenticity than there is in trying to be something that you're not.
All right, with that, we need to roll.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks again for joining us today. Mwah.